So we're still simplifying these. So on number 7, what we see here is we have 8 square root of 15 over square root of 55. When you have something like this number is starting to get a little bit larger, and so there's multiple ways to do this. I'm just going to show you the way that we kind of traditionally used in class. This means divide. 8 square root of 15 divided by square root of 55. And remember, when we're dividing with radicals, you can never leave a radical in the denominator. So we're going to multiply by something that is equivalent to 1. And what we're trying to get rid of is the square root of 55. So we're going to multiply by square root of 55 over itself. So on the top here, in the numerator, I'm going to have 8 square root of, let's go ahead and break down 15. 15 is 3 times 5. And that's going to actually be combined with this 55 because it's going to be 15 times 55. Now 55 can be broken down into 5 times 11. So now on the denominator, remember when you have the same radical times itself, it's just actually equal to its radicand, the number underneath. Let's clean this up a little bit more because here I see a set of 5s that I can pull out here and multiply together. So 8 times 5 would be 40. Inside I'd still have the square root of 33 over 55. Now what you want to do is you want to cover up that radical and you want to say, can I simplify these two numbers on the outside of the radical? And they are both divisible by 5. 5 goes into 40 8 times. 5 goes into 55 11 times. So let's clean this up. In the numerator, I have 8 square root of 33 over 11. You may not cancel out here because if you'll notice 33 is inside a radical, 11's on the outside. You could only simplify two numbers that are both outside or two numbers that are both inside. This will be our final answer. And number 8, we're going to go ahead and separate this so that it looks like it's the square root of 5 divided by the square root of 12x. Again, you're not allowed to leave a radical in a denominator, so we've got to get rid of that. So what we're going to do is we're going to multiply by something equivalent to 1, which would be that square root of 12x. So you're going to put it over itself. Now, what we're going to do in the numerator is we're going to go ahead and multiply. And so here I have the 5 times, let's go ahead and break down this 12. 12 would be 4 times 3, and 4 can be broken down into 2 times 2. Don't forget that x though. So if I multiply all this out, this would give me 60x. Over, remember when it's the same radical times itself, you can drop the radical symbol, and it just leaves you with 12x. So let's go ahead and take our twin out here. It's the only thing that we have alike. And so on the outside now I have a 2. On the inside of that radical I have 5 times 3, which is 15 with an x. All of that over 12x. Again, we're going to cover up this radical because we're looking at the numbers outside the radical. And I see 2 and 12, which can be simplified by the number 2. So 2 can go into itself once, and it can go into 12 6 times. Now we don't really write the 1 square root of 15x because 1 times the square root of 15x is just the square root of 15x. Over, in our denominator, we have 6x. We box this and we're done because this one's inside, this is outside, so we can't do any more simplifying.